In this video, I'm gonna teach you some pop-up cheats. These are things you can apply immediately to get an immediate result. Not in a couple weeks, not in a couple months. The very next time you surf, your pop-up will be faster and much more effortless. And it's all about making the motion seamless, meaning it's not segmented into parts. When a beginner surfer sees a wave coming, they go from, okay, I'm paddling, okay, there's the wave, oh, I gotta stand up, okay, I'm on my feet, now it's time to turn. Too late. It connects all those and it blurs the lines between them and making it one seamless motion. So it has to do with speed, but also it gets you up to your feet and ready to ride that wave. And it's so easy. All you gotta do is apply these little technical tweaks I'm about to show you. And again, the very next session, the very next wave. So for most of my life, I never really thought about the pop-up. It just kind of happened. But when I started teaching people how to do it, I started putting these mounts on my surfboards to make videos and demonstrate how it's done. And then so when I'd watch myself in slow motion, I noticed all these tiny little things I did without thinking, and then I started sharing them with people. And it's been such a breakthrough thing because most people do it that way. They either learn bad habits or just don't think about it at all, or don't practice or don't plan ahead, and then just whatever happens, happens. So by refining these tiny little different things, it really shortens the distance it takes for you to get to your feet. So it makes it a lot more effortless. So there's huge benefit in first, practicing at home, doing it the right way, so having a plan and knowing exactly what to do, and it repeats itself the exact same way every single time, builds that muscle memory. But also a huge benefit is putting a GoPro mount on it. Now, these things are super ugly. I don't put them on my nice boards. I only take out like my older boards that have these on them strictly to make videos. But if you're new and you're learning, you can get so much benefit out of getting one of these and recording yourself and seeing exactly where the mistakes are. So I'm gonna show you exactly the little things you gotta do right now. So the point of all these tricks is to get ahead of yourself. When I first heard this from someone who's a big mountain skier, I used to be super into snowboarding, so I thought about this stuff a lot. And it's about looking through your line, because you can't react to the thing that's right in front of you. You can't be like, oh no, here's a tree, you gotta turn. Oh, there's a rock there, turn this way. You'll always be reactive and you'll be too slow. It'll really ruin and like segment and break up and make you herky-jerky, right? So looking through the line means you look at the end where you wanna be like 10 moves ahead. So your eyes are down there and your body is just like flowing through it, right? So that's what happens with the pop-up. So you can't be paddling, then get to your feet, then try to get down the line. You have to be mentally and visually down the line while you're still paddling. So it's all, what I said earlier was getting ahead of yourself. So how can we cheat our way forward to get down the line? So starting with the hands. One mistake people always make is putting their hands too far forward. So you want to get forward, out into your pop-up has to get you forward, right? And down the line, center of gravity leaning a bit. So if your hands are too far ahead of you, it pushes you backwards. So it puts you behind and not in the right spot. As well, it doesn't create enough space because it doesn't lift your chest up enough down into here. Because if you put your hands back right here where they're meant to be, it creates a lot more space to get your legs underneath you, but also it's propelling you forward like that. So it's much better. So that's the hands. Move your hands back. But also, just as important when we're talking about cheating our way down the line is you stagger your hands. So I'm gonna change the camera angle and show you exactly what that looks like. All right, so I'm goofy foot. If I'm going left, I'm gonna turn this way, right? So I'm gonna put my hands back, I'm gonna stagger. I'm gonna put this one forward a little bit more because it's gonna turn my shoulders, which when I pop up is gonna turn my hips. It's gonna help me get my front foot in front, like, and plant where it needs to be. This foot right here. All starts by cheating a little bit. Shortens the distance significantly with the rotation in mind. So if you have to go perfectly square and then you're up here and then you start turning there, you're reacting and it's making it a lot later. So when you start right here, you're already there, right? So it's so important to stagger your hands, and it's so simple to do. The next piece is moving up on the body, so it's your head and it's your shoulders. So your head has to be looking down the line. You gotta be looking where you're going. So when you're paddling, there'll be a lot of times you gotta check the peak like this, or check, see if the wave's gonna be closing out or not. But the last look you make is down the line. So if you have to check the peak, okay, I'm in the right spot, then it's instantly down the line, hands planted, staggered. So it's simple stuff, but a lot of people will look down the face, they'll look at their board, things like that. So it's really important to remember, look down the line to see what the wave is gonna be doing. The next piece is to lean. You can lean quite a lot. So instead of keeping your shoulders square like this, They're gonna be turned, but they're also not gonna be centered. They're gonna be off-center over your rail. So it's like this. So you're leaning right here, and you pop up like that, and you're down the line. So the opposite of that, if you keep your shoulders square and you're looking this way, you stand up and then you gotta turn, right? This way, you land already turned. Shortens the distance it takes to get in the position and to be down the line. So you stand up ready, again, you're looking through the line. You're not reacting and segmenting it into parts. So I'll just show you, let's say hands are forward and I'm square. It's like there's so much adjusting, right? It's so much slower. When you paddle, 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 hands back, staggered, lean. So it's like this. Like my weight is over my front foot. I'm ready to pump, I'm ready to react. I'm down the line, my head's down the line. Much, much, much more seamless. So these are tiny little things that make a massive difference. It goes from your pop-up being a process that takes this long to a process that takes this long. And so it's more about surfing rather than these little technical in-between skills. So it's all about being on the wave, being reactive, and being ready. So again, it's where you place your hands, staggering them, turning your head, looking down the line, and it's leaning. Super simple things that you can do the very next time you surf. But again, it's really, really important to make this muscle memory and have a plan so you can practice at home. You don't have to have a board like this. A good thing you can do is put tape on the floor that matches your board, the board that you use, so you know exactly where it is, mark where your feet need to be, and then practice hitting those spots with these little cheats that I just taught you, and it will become seamless, easy, and fast, and your wave count will go through the roof. You will begin to make 99% or better of your pop-ups. Now, there's certain things that also matter though beyond these cheats, and it's like a perfect pop-up technique. You gotta have great flexibility because you gotta get deep, you gotta get your feet underneath you, you gotta stay low. Lots of people will catch their knee, catch their toe. So it's hip flexibility, but also it's core strength. You gotta explode. So a pop-up, you're driving your knees through like this, right? So it's like an upside down ab crunch. So it's a hardcore core exercise, and it's very important flexibility. So these cheats will help you for sure, but if you don't have the flexibility or the strength, you'll always be limited. So it's important to build those things too. So if you're interested in that, we teach that whole thing. I call it my pop-up progression system. So progression is important because it means it meets you where you're at. Everyone's at a different level of flexibility. Everyone's at a different level of strength. So we have beginner level exercises and stretches, and then as your flexibility and strength gain, it becomes more advanced. The people who can get through it the quickest can go through the entire progression, and I would say probably 2 to 3 weeks the fastest. When you get there and you get to the highest level, your pop-up will be ultra fast, ultra reliable, and never be an issue again. People that take the longest, I would say average maybe a month for people if they're really inflexible, but still 1 month to have a pop-up you can 100% rely on is very, very valuable. So that's a free bonus on the pop-up progression system for everyone who joins our Waterman method training. So there's a link below this video, and it will take you to another free training. It's called 3 Steps to Thousands of Waves. It explains our entire process, how we teach all of surf fitness, and that video is 100% for free. And if you decide after that video, it'll tell you how you can join our full program. So my name is Kyle Russ. If you like these kind of videos, one tap of the like button will take you 1 second. It'll help me a ton. And if you do like this kind of stuff, it wouldn't hurt to subscribe to. Cost you nothing, and you can always change your mind. My name is Kyle Russ. This is How's Your Mind. Thanks a lot for watching.